Situation perfect.
Okay.
But I got you on.
Come hang out.
Yeah, man.
I'm not really having a good hair day today. I'm a little sad about it, but
I'm
it's
not
okay.
either. It's okay.
Damn, y'all. I got about 3 more days in town.
Oh, he does have juice. That's awesome.
Are you about to get out of here? Yep, I'm about to go to St. Louis, and then I'm going to go back to Atlanta.
Like for good? For good?
Yeah, that's
Oh
right
shit!
here.
Yeah, he's visiting here.
Oh, I didn't know you were visiting.
Every time y'all
Okay,
see me, I'm visiting.
I got you.
I just visit
See,
a lot.
I keep trying to talk my husband into moving to the south, and he just is like not having
St.
it.
Louis is a lot cheaper to live in here for
And it's
sure.
also
I
a
would.
lot
I don't want to
fucking
live in Missouri.
dangerous, sir.
No,
And
I'm
that's
good
not a
with
word, but
Missouri.
it's way
If
more
I'm,
dangerous, sir.
see, I lived in North Carolina for 3 years, and oh my god, I miss it
I miss it so much.
so much.
I was always
I
outside.
think,
like, knowing
So
who
much.
you are, I think you would
I miss
actually
the
like the culture up there.
I do. I miss it. You can sit on your porch and smoke a blunt and shoot a gun, and nobody fucking gives a shit.
Oh, yeah. You are right.
You know
Not
what I
only
mean?
that,
You got your freedom.
The people are so much nicer.
And now
'cause I
they
didn't
got
know
medical
what bullying
there.
was until I moved
Dude.
back here. We're getting ready to go live.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Eating broke shit.
I don't think you
This is Lady Leah, and you're tuned into the Syndicate Empire Radio. That's radio heard from around the world. SEXtiva Talk is brought to you by Hellraiser's Tattoos, Bonnie and Clyde's Barbershop, Analog Beats, the Adult Social Media, and BDSMandKink.com. Today's topics are going to go over the Me Too movement, what it's like to be on both ends, and pretty much our thoughts and everything on it. So, quick shout out to our sponsors. Come by Hellraiser's Tattoos, 1325 North Academy Boulevard, Colorado Springs, 80909. And while you're here getting a tattoo, why don't you freshen your hair up and get a haircut over here at Bonnie and Clyde's Barbershop directly next door.
Haircut.
We're going to go ahead and play a few songs. And when we come back, I'd like to introduce our guests. So thank you guys for joining us today for Season 1, Episode 3 of SEXtiva Talk.
That way they don't hear you talking.
Thank you. I'm going to get the hang of this. I promise that. It's just so new to me still, but once I get this thing down, okay. I think I'm going to sign up on the site as well, on Mixler at home, just so I can.
You know what? I actually did that.
Yeah,
I
how I
took
got
part
my
of
last
mine, 'cause I got a lot of stuff that I can talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was so high. I felt my teeth and the gap in my mouth the entire time. I felt every little suction I did. I was just like, I was so conscious of
I
what
know.
was going on in my mouth.
But think about it. Are you in pain today?
Not at all.
Okay. I mean, last night was your trial, so I wouldn't even worry about it anymore.
I am still gonna wait to eat my chips though.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't eat them yet either. Oh, good, no.
Where can I ash this?
Right here, love. Hi, Lakeisha. How are you, beautiful? I'm sad I didn't get to see you while you were here, but that's okay. Maybe next time. You want to trade me?
I still can't believe that fight happened when we were leaving that concert.
Oh, I know. So we went to go see
Stevie Stone.
Stevie Stone.
Oh,
And dude, after we left early. We left early because oh yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
So as we were leaving, the dude that performed right before Stevie Stone, what was his name?
I don't know.
Really good dude, but a big dude. Where the dude that was, anyways, he was talking about his daughter was there. His daughter was there. How his daughter got to see him perform that night. So they're outside, and I hear him tell his lady, "You're fucking high. You're not taking my daughter." Well, there's some dude getting in his face, and he's like, "Dude, you need to back the fuck up." And it was like this big thing. As we're walking, you can hear security start to jump in, and yeah, it got to be a big deal.
Was it that big swole ass white dude?
Yes, that's what I'm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was pissed off because the wife was trying to take the daughter. She's all fucked up, and he's like, "No, you got no business holding her while you're high like that. No." And then some dude was getting in his face talking about, why don't you show her some respect and shit? And it was
crazy.
like, yo.
That is fucking
Yeah. He was like really trying to just protect his baby. I was like, damn.
So, dude who was on our show with Naya,
That shit is
Uh-huh.
best.
Stevie Stone for a verse.
I love that.
Okay.
Naya
The shit.
had
It
him
is.
make his show
this,
disc.
and I'm like, they have
So I made
that?
his show disc. Then he asked me to do another show disc for him. Then he asked me to record a song for him. I didn't even know he had a full studio in his house at the time. So then I made the first show disc. Then I came over the second time to make the second show disc. So he had everything.
Uh-huh.
Nice microphone, the new Pro Tools, all that.
Right.
So I was like, well, why is he paying me? That's what I'm
Right.
like. So then, here you go. So after a while, I'm sitting there paying attention. He's like, bro, you got all the high-end plugins and shit. I need that shit. That's what I need. And I didn't know. I'm like, okay, so I'm helping him out. We record the song, and while we're talking, I tell Naya, like, what's a good marketing strategy for him in the single he just got with Stevie.
Right.
So he asked me to get in the fucking... Ooh, yeah.
Oh my god.
So,
Did you drop the cherry on you?
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
So...
it happened. It's the first time.
So he calls me up and says he wants me to do a cameo in the music video because he's using my idea. He went and got a fucking a McLaren, and then he got a whole bunch of money and piled it up on the car, and then him and Stevie rapping in front of him.
Yeah.
So then we're in the house, me and Stevie playing against him and his hype man in a card game. That's the music video.
Right.
And I'm sitting there like, that's hilarious, because I went to the show and I seen the dudes you're talking about. And I went to the one at the Roxy, so I don't even know if it was one up here.
No, I was one at the Roxy.
So you went to the Roxy.
Yeah.
I left early too.
Yeah, I left we left at like 10:45.
Huh.
I was so
left
tired.
Right after Stevie before, like the second he started performing, I left like probably, he might have had like 3-4 songs left or something.
Yeah. I left. He had performed like 4 or 5 songs, and then I was like, dude, I looked at her, and she wasn't feeling right. She had taken a pain pill on an empty stomach for her teeth, and she wasn't feeling good, and I could see it. I was like, are you ready to go? She's like, yeah, I don't feel very good. And she's like, I'm nauseous. I'm like, all right, let's go. So we just left.
Old boy, he was talking to his girl and they was having a good time. So his girl and his baby mom must have been 2 different people.
I think so,
Yeah,
because she was like, no, he was like, you're fucking high. You're not taking it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was like, damn. And old boy was in his face, and he's like, bro, you need to fuck away from me.
And it's crazy because he was talking about on stage how he's sober now.
Yeah.
This is his first show of being sober.
Did you hand this to me?
I handed that to you.
I'm gonna put this out. It's kind of little.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just crazy. I was like, damn. I kind of wanted to stand there and watch, but you know, I'm a nosy bitch.
No, my boy said that his hype man got his car stolen from the Roxy the last time he was up there. So I'm thinking,
damn.
like, look, when I parked, I have a Trailblazer parked on the corner with their hazards on and just sat there a second I parked my car. And they just sat there. And I didn't move for a minute. I sat on my whole gimbal going in there to go shoot his show. I set up the gimbal, everything, and just sat there, and they just didn't move. So then after I just sat there for a long ass time, they finally drove off.
They were coming to get your vehicle.
And then I got out and I went in and shot it.
You coconut flavor.
And I was like, I'm gonna try to stay as long as I can
I
for Stevie, but then I'm gonna try to get back in this
You should try
car.
matcha tea with coconut flavoring.
Oh yeah.
It's
But-
so fucking good.
Nobody touched my car, so
Oh
maybe
yeah.
I was right to
Hi,
just sit in
My
it.
mom loves that place.
What?
I convinced, well, because
I
she was
love
like,
scooters.
she was like, we should go get something to drink, and I'm like, we should go get coffee.
Yes, coffee was a must today. I had a cup of coffee this morning, but like this
It's
is my
different.
guilty pleasure right
It's
here.
different.
It's yeah,
Chris be drinking these by the liter.
yeah.
Ooh,
They're so
delicious.
good.
They're
They
really
are good.
They're my favorite Sunkist drink.
I miss you. What are you doing after work? I could come sesh with you. I miss your face. I wanted to ask you about the north location because I know it's open. I'm excited about that. I can go in there anytime. I don't have to worry about a certain person being in there.
And I'm like, oh, that actually kind of looks like me from behind without the tattoo.
What's about the tattoos?
The flyer I made, it's an AI generated photo.
Do you want to
Just
see
like,
how
a photo
I...
of a female DJ with long dark hair from behind, and it gave me that one for.
Aaliyah, you want to
I'm
see
totally
how I
down. Let me know when you're off and I'll be on my way. I miss your face.
What were you thinking?
Well, my homie
I've been
had
working
this
so
kid,
much I don't go
he was
anywhere
I
anymore.
texted him and told him I'm here.
I have 16
He tried to
hours
do
of
the
overtime
studio
from
right
this
now.
week.
I set up the studio. That's the real reason why I came down the first
It's a
time.
lot of
Oh,
overtime.
The second time I came
That's 2
down,
full
I shot
8-hour
the video
days.
with you guys.
It's like I worked 7 days this
You
week.
coming back to actually shoot a video because he had a Black Magic.
But I did it in 5.
Hell yeah.
So after I've been shooting his video, I've been shooting his video since like 2016.
This is my old
He went and
Sona.
bought that camera.
I was a
like,
demon.
Probably 2 years ago.
Oh shit, that's right. We are going to that party. That's okay. We don't have to show up on time. That party's gonna happen all night. So I'm gonna go to Alex's for a little while, and then I'll meet you at Tina's. Because I want to see Alex.
Townhouse, then his mom moved out here because his mom lived in Oregon. And she ended up getting a house down here.
I love you.
Oh, you remember, Mom?
He said his brother
You remember when I
bought
did
a
my
house and then
self-portrait?
He's about to move out of townhouse and move into the house.
Ma,
What?
So he said he likes
Yep.
the spring.
I love it here.
do I still have
I
gin?
grew up.
I did a new set.
I do.
I don't know if you
You
guys
see my
can
sister
see that.
Jen, right?
Uh-huh.
But I did a new
I
set of
drew
nails.
her.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
I don't know if you guys
I
can
also
see
did
those.
myself. Here,
But
hold on.
I really do like
Let me find
the
it.
solid nail builder,
Okay.
solid gel
We're
nail
gonna get
builder.
ready to go live.
That was the
again.
picture.
Talk to you later, Alex.
Uh-huh.
At the...
Two of y'all.
I love that
was
stuff.
how it came out.
I do.
Ooh, beautiful.
My nails always come out looking so
Great.
pretty.
Thank you.
She's so
That's
talented.
what I'm trying to say. I can take the picture of y'all and then have her cartoon and make that.
She absolutely could.
Oh, that would be an honor if she could do that.
I could do that.
Yeah?
It may take me a minute just because I do all my digital on my phone, but I can do that.
That would be awesome. My daughter's gonna make me into a cartoon.
Yeah. Okay.
I will.
Yeah. Eating from shit.
Hi, Sarah. I love you.
Light work.
This is Lady Leah, and you're tuned into the Syndicate Empire Radio. That's radio heard from around the world. SEXtiva Talk is brought to you by Hellraiser's Tattoo, Bonnie and Clyde's Barbershop, Analog Beats, the Adult Social Media, and BDSMandKink.com. Welcome, everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'd like to introduce my co-host, or not Thanksgiving, Veterans Day.
There
Let
you
me
go.
correct myself. Veterans Day. I
love
have
her.
Thanksgiving on the brain, though, because I'm getting ready to celebrate tomorrow.
I know you are, because your
Yeah.
baby's here.
Yeah, my kiddo's visiting, and at my job, we've just been nonstop for the holidays. But Yes, I'd like to introduce my co-host, Miss Indica Queen.
Hello, hello.
And go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am the Colorado and national chapter leader for Stoner High Girls magazine. I am not really sure what else you want me to say about myself today.
That you're amazing. Hello. So Erica, she's a Colorado chapter leader. She helps me organize everything. She's my lovely co-host here on SEXtiva Talk. She's also a multi-published model.
Yes, I'm in, I want to say 18 to 20 issues.
Yeah, between us and ALB magazine.
Oh yeah, then it's more like 25 issues.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. Considering I've only been with Stoner High Girls since 2019.
Well, that's a while. That's like
That's
4
years.
That's good.
It is good. It is good. I try to be an active model. You
You're
know,
an amazing model.
I love you. I mean, there are times where, you know, our bodies are not what we want them to be or what they were at one time. So, you know, sometimes there's times where I just want to kind of back off the modeling and do the photography side. And Miss Legilia doesn't really let me do that. So
She does do the photography.
I do, but she doesn't let me focus solely on that.
I make her model.
She does.
Because I see how much she brightens up when she does it. And I see her confidence get boosted up too because she doesn't always dress up. So when she does, I see her light up. Don't let her lie to y'all.
It's fun. It is super fun. And it's definitely a confidence booster when you see those pictures that you're just like, wow, that's me. And then there are those pictures where you're like, please don't post those ones. You know what I mean? And we are our biggest critic. We are our own biggest critic always. We always are harder on ourselves.
I'm like, I only release the best, bitch.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And she does only release the best ones of myself. But like I said, we are our own worst critics. So what we find beautiful, somebody else may not.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
But you can't take what other people think to heart because.
Oh, absolutely
it's
not. But that's what I'm saying. What I find ugly about myself, other people find beautiful. So, therefore, I let you pretty much do what you want.
She does let me do what I want. Because I don't think she's ugly at all. That's fucking little. She's not even a MILF. She's a GILF, okay?
Oh, yeah, I am a grandma. I have my 6th grandbaby on the way. And it is a little baby girl.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
A little girl?
Yeah, she's going to be my little nosy Rosie.
That's awesome.
Part of her first name is going to be Rose.
Well, speaking of family, who did you have with you today?
As always, my beautiful daughter, Rihanna.
Rihanna, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself and what you do in the art community?
Well, I'm 22. I'm not as big but I'm not as in the art community as I used to be. I kind of just lurk. But I do post my art. I mainly just like to help my fellow artists and promote them and make sure they get out there because I know how it is when nobody really knows who you are in art. So, but that's mainly what I do. Yeah.
That is so awesome. I love your art. That picture you drew me, I still need to hang it up in the bathroom, but I love it so much that I have it up in my bedroom. We're having technical difficulties over here. But it's okay. You know what? We'll go ahead and cut out for a commercial break. We'll go ahead and bring in our sponsors and bring in some music while we fix the microphone real quick. Thank you guys for joining us, and you're listening to SEXtiva Talk.
Yeah, that was fucking weird.
Yeah, that shit just popped off and like fell apart.
You know, it might not be wide enough.
That's what I'm thinking. Oh, you know what? I don't even know why that's on there.
Remember that was on that it was on the old casino table, the poker table.
Yeah.
So we needed all that, but apparently not
Hold on.
here.
I don't think it's gonna.
Hey there, gentlemen. Looking to level up your style game without spending a fortune? With no pickup on the
I
entire
know everybody
barbershop,
get that big
or
ass smile on their
spending
face when they hear their voice.
I do too. Everybody's like, that's making silky.
the importance of a good haircut, or experience
Which means you get your Dr. Love voice.
Right?
about your personality. Let us define your grooming routine, leaving you looking and feeling your absolute best. Call us at 719-574-2659 now to schedule your visit and experience the magic of Bonnie and Clyde's Barbershop. Style meets affordability. Bonnie and Clyde's Barbershop, your go-to for the perfect fade.
Ooh,
Okay.
there we go. Get it.
Now we just gotta get the popper stuff.
Okay, now this does not want to. Oh. Yeah, it don't want to stay up. Yeah. There we go.
Oh, okay. I see what's going on in there. Let me see something real quick.
Shout out to Shawana and 80 Generation from Islands.
Big Bird on the beat need a shout out too. Tell them folks come get a
Shout
beat
out
from
to
your boy.
Big Bird.
Yeah,
For
feel
helping me
me?
with those commercials, yo. Making me silky and
Why
smooth.
you acting like that?
Yeah, see, it don't want to. It don't want
Why
to.
you acting like a little dingling?
I gotta ask, have you sampled that Magoo?
Huh?
Hey, the Magoo, don't you know the bird?
No, I haven't. No, damn it. No.
That sound like that would be something that should be just on the top.
Yeah,
of
this
the
shit just don't want to
DVD
stay up. It's
stars
just like
or
a limp dick.
I try not to do the expected, man. It's like my nickname Big Bird. Everybody expect me to make a beat about Sesame.
Yeah, I would have thought you did
Take
that.
this one
I
off, right?
assumed that. I had already assumed
I
that.
did that, but I did it upon request and payment.
Huh.
But after I got out here, one of the motherfucking tattoo artists asked me to do the beat. I thought he was joking.
This shit's like, look at
He
this.
came with the cash though. I'm like, oh, for real?
Oh, that's all. It wasn't screwed in all the way.
That's what I was trying to do, but it wasn't working
It
right.
was not working. There we go. Now it's working. Yeah,
You
now
got
it
a whole another
works.
one though now.
That's all right. Now we got a good one.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm gonna put that one back where I
Maybe.
got this one from.
Maybe. I had super technical difficulties today.
Man,
My
right.
goodness.
I'm glad I wasn't too far away.
Right? That shit just fell off.
Damn, there we go. Now see that's a little more sturdy right there.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
Boom. That's what we talking
Will
about.
be given to the Goblin King, please. I want to go. Right?
Take me, David Bowie. I've always had a crush on David Bowie.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him as the Goblin King, as Jared in fucking Labyrinth, and
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm gonna marry him.
Someday.
Someday, he will be my man.
It's gonna be my babe.
Yes. I was so sad when he died, because I listened to Lazarus, which was his last song on his last album before he died, and he
Damn.
knew he was dying, and he was talking about it in the song.
Is that why he named it that?
Probably. It was really, really sad though. I cried when I was listening to it.
Oh,
I was like, because he had pretty much just died, and I was just like, oh,
too soon.
it was too soon. So I wanted to go to one of his concerts before he died.
Nipsey Hussle fans as he died, like
I'm just a little hurt right now because the homie Snoop quit smoking and like
That is not gonna last long.
Wait, what?
Snoop Dogg quit smoking.
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
King
This
of
old ass
the
might not
week?
be
He
smoking no more, but he's
announced
still
that
getting hot.
shit on every social media platform.
Oh, hell no.
Yes, he did. Which, he's done it before, though.
Did everybody see Suge Knight snitch on him?
Been on there.
What?
Suge Knight
That'll
just,
keep him from
he has his new
all
podcast.
in
It's prison phone calls with Suge Knight.
Got your back,
And he
bro.
literally snitched on Snoop Dogg. He literally said that Snoop's homeboys admitted that he killed him in the hotel room. And he went and got David Conner and freaking Johnny Cochran and the other dudes to represent all three of them. And that he just literally just on the show said that Snoop Dogg murdered him.
Murdered who?
The dude in his original murder case that he beat. He literally
Well,
said
the
that.
thing about that is you can't do double jeopardy. So even if he did, he got away with it. He got away with murder.
For the ratings for the show. He just literally did it for him. It's a crazy time.
Yeah, that's a crazy time.
They said the dude PVD just got locked up for the whole Tupac thing.
Yeah.
They said he literally got away with it. And then everybody tried to say that Vlad was the reason why he got caught. And Vlad literally went on and said that he only
Mark Sargent's
interviewed Keefy D because
Who?
Keefy D
Mark
wrote a
Sargent?
book about it.
Aw, tell him hi.
He literally knew
Elias
he would
says
get away
hi.
with it if he
Love
shut
you,
up.
Mark.
And
Miss
he
your
wrote a book
face.
about it.
Man.
Yeah. I'm talking money. Yeah.
This is the song you was singing last time you was in here. You must really like this.
I do love this one. You know, fun fact, Mark got me into the underground scene. He was with a group called Just Cause, and they were amazing. So I would do a lot of PR work, and I would do street hustle his tickets for him at the Roxy. And that's how I got familiar with Scum and everybody up there. That's how I met all of them. But Mark was originally in that scene. And yeah, I remember going to the shows and just loving
I know,
the
I felt it.
shows and the energy.
I
And
I don't know what my obsession
You
is
almost
doing
got
now.
yelled at on live.
Yeah, I
We're
don't-
getting ready to go back on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have any more blunt wraps?
I got papers. Let's go and roll a joint.
I got some in my car.
I'll take a paper. They're small, aren't they? Oh. It's a normal paper.
Yeah, I got those
Okay,
people
go live.
Okay. Yeah.
More weed?
Eating fruit.
Fine, yeah.
Okay. The one was blackberry.
This is Leggy Leah, and you're tuned into the Syndicate Empire Radio. That's radio heard from around the world. SEXtiva Talk is brought to you by Hellraiser's Tattoos, Bonnie and Clyde's Barbershop, Analog Beats, and the adult social media and BDSM kink.com. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for bearing with us through these technical difficulties, but we got it figured out.
We did. We really did.
If you're watching that live video, I'm sure you were laughing about that. But so yeah, we had an opportunity to introduce Indica Queen and her daughter Rayana, but we did not get a chance to introduce today's artist joining us. So would you like to tell them about who you are and what you're about?
Hey, my name is Annex the Truth Serum. I'm from Aurora, Colorado. I'm a producer, rapper, and a videographer.
He really is. He really is. And where can they find you in Denver?
You can go to ponomo.ink.com, and you can find my music on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all of the above.
Nice.
And music videos are on YouTube.
Yeah, he does have a lot of stuff going on, guys. He's amazing. He's amazing. He's also a photographer. He's awesome. I have some photos on Facebook that were by him. So today we were going to go over the Me Too movement. what was that, like a year or no, 2 years ago?
Yeah, I
That
think
went-
that was 21, wasn't it?
I think it might have been where everybody was talking about that.
Mhm.
Me too.
Yeah.
I hate when things kind of trend and then they just disappear.
Fall off.
You know, I don't know how else everybody feels about that.
It was the same as Save the Children.
Yeah, everybody was about it one minute,
And then it
the
just
next
disappeared.
It disappeared.
Yep.
That's what just happened with Elijah McClain.
It sure did. That poor baby.
And like our guest, her name was freaking. My mind is blanking right now. His name is Shannon Wright. It's Allison Wright, the R&B singer.
Mhm.
She's like our Mary J. Blige. And like her son was murdered by the cops.
Yep.
Wow.
Like I knew Shannon. He was just a quiet dude.
That's really sad.
The cop shot him from like 90 feet away, and he didn't even get like the national press tour like how Elijah McClain at least got.
I feel like they I feel like maybe at one time you could trust the police to an extent, but it's so bad nowadays that the people don't want the police. We don't want them. We don't want to fund them. We don't even want to go apply for their jobs most of the time. That's why we're short-staffed all over the fucking place, you know?
Yeah.
Even with the Me Too movement, I feel goes hand in hand with the police force. And I say that from personal experience. That's what I speak on from personal experience. I'm not a perfect person. I have been in legal trouble in the past. I have been in jail. I've never gone to prison, thank God, but I have been in jail before. I've done my share of, fun, bad things.
Fun, bad things.
But
Bad depending on who.
I would say my first Me Too experience with the police department had to be when I was 13 years old. I was a foster kid. My mother was abusive. She was neglectful. And she ended up ultimately just dropping me off and abandoning me in a estate in St. Louis, Missouri. And I'm from Denver, Colorado. And so, I remember my mom telling me to just leave. Just leave. Nobody gives a fuck about you. So I remember leaving. I packed my bag. I left. And I remember ending up at a friend's house and telling my friend, nobody wants me here. Nobody wants me here anyway. I'm just going to go have this new life. I'm 13 years old. What life? But anyways, the police ended up showing up. My mother had lied and told them that I had physically attacked her. I had never attacked my mom. To this day, no. I was taught to fear that woman. You don't attack your mom. It's just not right anyway. You don't hit your mother. Well, the police, they took her seriously. They ended up tackling me to the floor. I had never been arrested. They took me to holding, pretty much. I didn't know what it was as a kid, but I recognize it now as holding. And they had me in this little cage. And one male officer comes in and he tells me how he has to search me. They had already patted me down. They had already searched me upon the initial arrest, which they had banged my head against the fucking door. They had tackled me. It was bad. But in this cage, I remember this guy just filling me up. I'm a virgin at 13 years old. I never had sex before. I was just appalled. He was filling me up, and this is a police officer that I was supposed to trust to protect me and my best interest as a child. And that had happened to me. And I had experienced a couple other instances when I was an adult about having to get changed in front of grown male men. in Adams County. I don't know if a lot of you guys are familiar with Adams County. I had to move the fuck out of there. I don't know if you guys ever been to court in Adams County.
No, thank God.
Well, the fun fact, the jail, Adams County Jail, is actually owned by the judges of Adams County. They get away with a lot of shit there. I got transferred over there. They put me in what they call the SHU, which is like their medical ward. So there's men, there's women. You're instead of behind bars in a pod, you're locked in a cell, but it's like big glass windows.
Yeah, it's the medical.
Yeah, big glass windows, and you get like dogs get better treatment. It's actually quite sad. You get a pad on the floor that is thinner than the ones in a gym. In a gym, it's this thin little
It's a little
fucking
chilly
thing.
in that area.
There's no blankets. There's no pillows.
It's pretty chilly in that area.
You don't get nothing to read. You don't get nothing to write. You just that pad and you and that toilet. That's it. That's how it is. I was ready for court. I needed a shower. They refused to take me to the shower. I hadn't showered at this point in 2 weeks. I couldn't even stand the smell of myself. It was very inhumane. Thank you. And I remember the male officer throwing a paper like jumpsuit at me. And I'm like, aren't I supposed to go to the shower and change? Isn't there supposed to be a female guard? No. Get changed now, we're going to court, or we're going to have some problems. That's pretty much what I was told. I'm in the open cell, big windows. I'm forced to get changed, not once, but twice that day in front of a bunch of male inmates. They're hooting, they're hollering, walking by my window. I'm yelling, get a good fucking look. This shit isn't for free. So we pay to play, you know. I'm a paid model. And at that time in my life, I was so fucking, was more on the prude end of things. I wasn't in the industry at the time when this had happened. I wasn't used to being naked in front of people, and yeah, I was very fucking angry about it. And nothing was done because it's a bunch of, what do you do when the officers are the ones in charge? They're the ones that control the law. They're the ones that uphold the law.
And they're the ones that are doing the deed.
And if the judges own the prison or the jails, why would they admit that there's any corruption going on in there? Because then they would be faulted. They would be the ones to sue. And how do you sue them when you're going to court against those same judges? So I remember just crawling up in my mother's lap and just fucking bawling my eyes out when I got out of jail. I didn't cry in jail. I was tough the entire time because my dad didn't raise a punk, you know. Was tough the whole time. I showed no weakness. But it was really sad. It was a lot going on there. Some dude even died in the cell next to me. He was detoxing off heroin, begging for his life, and nobody went in there to help him.
How fucking sad, dude.
This is Adams County, yeah.
Nobody should live like that. I've watched that 60 Days In, and that shit is, some of those are just horrible, and it sounds like Adams County needs to be one of those.
I got locked up in a rabbit hole for a speeding ticket. I forgot in my backseat. I forgot it. I put it in my backseat after I got it, and I forgot all about it.
And they locked you up for that
I was
shit?
shooting a music video. Shout out to the homie Reason. I was at the Arapahoe stop at the light rail.
Mm-hmm.
He picked up the phone and put it back down. At alert security. Security called the police. The police came over, ran everybody's ID.
Why?
I had a warrant. They literally took me to jail that night. When I went in, there was literally a mentally challenged boy before me, and they literally jumped him, and they were proud of it.
Oh,
they were proud of it.
How
though.
fucking
I was really
sad,
sitting there,
man.
and they were all proud of it. I'm like, he's clearly not all together. Everybody can see that. and they're like,
That just makes my heart hurt.
They fucking tased him.
That poor baby.
It's just like, it's so sad. They actually did there was a movie, I can't think of the movie, but it was where they put these college students, they were doing this experiment where half of them were guards, the other half were inmates. And they like signed a contract to do this thing, and they were being supervised on how they would react. And these guys that were given the position to be in charge, they took it completely to their head, and they were very fucking abusive, abusive. And but that's the reality we live in. They gave these officers a position where they're in charge, and a lot of them, not all cops are bad. I want to put that out there. There are a few out there that have restored my faith in humanity, but that is a small, very small percentage.
Far and few in between.
You know, yeah.
Most of them have such a big power trip that it really clouds their judgment on how they should be dealing with a lot of people.
I get anxiety over seeing a cop.
Yes. The minute you see them there, your heart starts thumping because it shouldn't be like that.
There was a comedian from Wildin' Out, that comedian Chico Bean, he was on T-Pain show. He said his daughter was like 2 years old and never been pulled over before in her life. And she said, "Oh, the cop behind us, Daddy." And she went like that. And he was like, how does she even know to feel that
right
way? She's
our
never
children
been pulled over before.
Right, our children already see them as people that could potentially put our daddy in jail, or you know what I mean. Like, even as a kid, I remember the cops not being, well, my dad wasn't my dad wasn't somebody that, you know, really withhold the law. So anytime he got in trouble, that's where me seeing how cops interacted with my dad automatically made me scared of cops. You know what I mean? So, but 9 times out of 10, my dad, it was warranted. Like, my dad was a moron. He do stupid shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, you deserve that. But as a kid, you automatically always think your daddy's right. You know what I mean? Because that's your dad. So now growing up, I'm like, God, he was a moron. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, no matter what, I feel like society has made it to where they're not here to serve and protect. They're here to catch you when you do stupid shit. That's all it is. And they're looking for it. And then they blow it out of proportion.
Yeah, sometimes they just like,
well, for me,
don't even need a reason. Like, I had been surrounded. Okay, there was a time I was so innocent. I didn't even have a record. I took my kid to his spring recital. They changed the date, sent out flyers home. I never got one. Now I'm sure they do everything by the internet nowadays, but which would probably be better. But back then they would send a little letter.
I've been seeing the homies, they be getting a lot of text messages.
Yeah, see, back then though they'd send home letters to the parents, you know, and I didn't get mine, so I show up 3 buses to Commerce City. My kid was going to fucking Allsep at the time. I guess that school isn't there anymore from what I heard, but I showed up there. I had the hot pink hair, Mickey Mouse hoodie, and I was wearing strawberry shortcake bell bottoms.
Oh.
Okay. So just so you can picture this, okay? And I'm like ready to watch my little boy, Trenton, who's like in 1st grade, do his little spring recital. He's grown ass man now, but this dude accused me of breaking into the school.
What?
And he wasn't even in uniform. He was in regular straight clothes. It's the weekend. The door was unlocked right next to the classroom. But Trenton had to pee. So we get in an altercation. We're yelling back and forth. I go outside. I call the police because I don't know who the fuck this fool is going off on me, telling me how I broke into the school. He doesn't even address himself. All of a sudden, he comes out, calls me a stupid bitch, tells me he's going to fuck me up. It's just me and my son. I tell him, oh, you're a man, right? So I go, get the fuck out of your truck. I'm gonna fuck you up, right? So that's what I tell him. And we're on air. And I tell him that, and then like fucking the cops show up. It's not even the cops, it's the SWAT team. I look straight at my fucking first grader. He's 22 now. And I tell him, don't move. Whatever you do, don't move. Because a week or so prior to that, it was, I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, there was this mentally challenged kid. He got shot in his front yard in Commerce City. He had a knife in his hand. It was around that time.
No, it's Paul Charles.
Was that him?
That was Park Hill.
Yeah, and they killed him. He just didn't know better, you know, and they killed him.
My best friend in high school, he went to middle school and stuff.
Yeah, well, that was enough, I remember, to freak me the fuck out.
Yeah.
And I looked at my kid, don't fucking move. Don't fucking move. They'll shoot you. Don't fucking move. So Trenton didn't move. He didn't move. He did exactly what Mom said. I'm backing up. My hands are back of my head. I'm doing everything they're telling me. The SWAT team. Not even the police, the SWAT team. I had never been in fucking trouble at this point.
Well, it's my actual. I'm gonna like make a YouTube because I've been thinking about doing like YouTube videos and stuff like that. And I'm gonna do like my Batman theory. So Batman is the villain in all the story. The whole story is about him, the villain, because all of these people become villains because they're broke and they're poor and they're becoming super villains to offset the balance of the super rich guy who's not redistributing the wealth. He's taking it from everybody and he's using it to beat on those people at night. He's the world's greatest detective, which in real life, that's what the real cops do. I'm from Compton. They used to run through the houses with tanks regularly. And it'd be the wrong house.
Yep.
And they still never fix your house.
No, they don't give a shit about you.
They don't.
They don't.
And now
You're poor.
They're doing it.
You're no worth shit. And it's the same here.
It's just gonna keep
Well,
rolling
you
over.
see it. Look at the other side of my fence, dude.
I know.
There's tents lined up everywhere. It's so fucking sad.
I was living over by Laurie. They ran straight through that house.
They'd rather push them out of the neighborhoods so that they're comfy and don't have to look at it. You know, but why not fix the fucking problem? If you fix the fucking problem, you won't have to look at it.
There's a place
They'd rather
somewhere.
not fix the problem because if they fix the problem, that means money out of their pocket.
Yeah,
Another
they
state
are
is
the
building
problem.
a
Everyone's taking
little
money
mini
from
city
everybody.
for the homeless. I can't remember what state it is, but there's a place that they're starting to do tiny homes, little communities of tiny homes for the homeless to get them back on their feet. They help them out with a place to live, then they help them out with a job. They help them re-normalize themselves.
They got one of those in Denver.
That's good. It's about fucking time. Because I'm sorry, there are so many people out there that get down on their luck and shit just keeps beating them down and beating them down, and they end up homeless with nowhere to fucking go. They don't have a car to live in, so they end up in a tent. You know what I mean? And then you have the cops out there pushing them out, which they already have nowhere to go. You know what I mean? It's sad because I feel like they're using it as population control, is how I feel.
Oh yeah, it is, dude. Like, and just think about all the homeless girls too that get fucking abused.
Dude, I was
You know what I mean?
few years ago when I was at the Come and Go down on South Nevada and Las Vegas. There's that Come and Go right there. And I'm walking in, and there's this guy that walks up to me, and he goes, "Can you help this pregnant girl out with a place to stay?" And I was like, no. Like, I'm sorry, I have kids at home of my own that I have to make sure they have a safe place to live as well. And he's like, "Can you help her eat?" And at the time, I was getting food stamps. I wasn't making enough to not get food stamps. So I was like, you know what? Yeah. I walked her into Come and Go, and I got her sandwich, chips, drinks, candy, anything she wanted. I made sure she had enough for a couple of days. You know what I mean? And but I was gonna be damned if I was gonna give anybody any cash. You know, because it's like, I'm already struggling myself, but I can't look at some pregnant girl. She was like 17, 18 at most. She was young as fuck.
Yeah.
And I couldn't let her go with no food.
Well, your mom went there because
You know what I mean?
Too, at one time.
I was young. I was a young pregnant runaway when I was 14 years old.
So you totally
You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't for my friend Fun, I probably wouldn't have eaten. You know, I stayed with her most of my pregnancy. And her and I struggled. You know, we stayed with her sister and I and her sister's man and all of their kids. We all stayed in an apartment together. And we all struggled. You know, I was 14 years old and I was pregnant. I couldn't work because I was too young. So, and they wouldn't give me food stamps because I was a runaway. I didn't have my social. I didn't have anything with me. So basically, I did whatever Fun told me to do, you know what I mean? Here you go, girl, whatever you want. If you want me to babysit, cool. Whatever. But to be young and to be pregnant, it was rough. Like, and just like with everything else. But yeah, that was craziness.
Let's talk about this real quick.
What's that?
When you were young, back then we had more options, I think, in the world. As females, you know, recently,
depending on what state you're in.
Yeah, depending on what state you're in, abortion,
any kind of birth control is like out of the question.
Yeah, like all the what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like,
why is it anybody's business, including the government, to tell me what I can and cannot do with my body?
That's why I think the Me Too movement is so important.
Very
we need to be
important.
Talking about this, because if that is so common, it's so rapid. Women are getting sexually assaulted left and right. Because let's face it, I don't know one woman, and this is honest. I don't know one woman in my life who has not been sexually assaulted. It's just so fucking common. And I know some men who have been sexually assaulted, but that doesn't ever seem to be recognized either. And I feel like that needs to be recognized.
It's not.
But it's not. It's not.
I mean, like, you're a guy, you gotta get over everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
you know.
That's like the smallest thing in the whole list of things you gotta get over.
It's fucking crazy to me that they don't reckon, like, the system. When I was going through this with my son, the system didn't want to recognize it. I feel like they were like more like carried on an attitude like he should be grateful because, you know, it happened by an attractive woman.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, no, like, he's a virgin, shouldn't happen.
My trainer at
No
my high
means
school,
no.
apparently she was touching the athletes. I had
Wow.
seen, and me and my homie used to always walk past the little trainer room, and she used to be stretching the hell out of them. And we'd be like, man, she be getting it though. Like, I don't know, it seemed like she kind of, and we was joking about it. But then, like, I came home from work. I was working at JCPenney's at Stapleton Mall. I got home from work, turned on the TV. She was on the news. It had my high school on there. They pulled up and came and got her.
Busted.
I remember that.
See, that's disgusting. That's
She
like
was
that.
cute,
That's
though.
like,
She was
I don't give a
really
shit
cute.
how cute she is.
She was cute.
You know what? That's something I want to touch on is, you know, we often talk about how these dirty old men want these young girls. It's no different for these nasty ass older women that want these young boys. What is it that a 23-year-old woman needs with a 16-year-old baby boy? What can he possibly offer you? Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm sorry I found that disgusting.
I think they're hating.
They're hating?
It keeps turning off my camera.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
He's getting Zuckerberg.
Yeah, I'm getting Zuckerberg right now.
Oh.
He's done a lot to me.
I'm sorry. He's letting me go. He's letting me do this. But you can't tell me that that's not equally disgusting.
Oh, you know what movie I feel like everybody should watch at least once in their life?
What?
It's called If These Walls
Could talk.
It's got Demi Moore in it.
Yes.
But it takes place in this one house, and it shows different decades of and different people living in this one house. But it's about the women's rights movement.
Mm-hmm.
And the first, in the beginning of the movie, it has Demi Moore. She's back, in the 50s, I would say. And her husband passed away. So she's alone. She's a nurse. And she finds out that she's pregnant. But not by the husband that she lost. When he died, she found comfort in the arms of his brother. It was a weak moment. He came by. She slept with him. She got pregnant. She felt guilt before the pregnancy. She was feeling guilt because back then, I don't know if a lot of people are familiar. I only know this because of my elders. But I guess back then, it was appropriate to wait at least a year before you saw anybody, before you dated anybody, before anything.
To give yourself time to grieve.
And you were pretty much expected to wear black the entire time.
Right.
And that was just expected of women in America. Women in America were expected to do this. And so she slept with the brother. He got her pregnant. It was a weak moment. And she didn't have no family. His family was her family. That's why the weak moment came in. She goes to the nurse and she says, "Hey, I don't want to keep the baby because I don't want to lose my family," pretty much. And so she pretty much says that she doesn't want to lose her family, that she wants to have an abortion, but she doesn't want anybody to know. And the nurse kind of freaks out on her. Like, we shouldn't be talking about this. It is so illegal to be doing this, to be talking about this. You know, I could lose my job alone for this.
For even discussing it.
Yeah. So she ends up giving in and gives her a number, because she knows she's going to do it anyway, pretty much.
Right.
So she gets, this guy comes over to her house. He does a house call. It shows him not being sanitary at all. Shows him just kind of being rude with her, telling her to get up on her fucking table. And he does his thing and he leaves. And he leaves her there pretty much hemorrhaging to death.
Yep.
And the scene ends of her calling an ambulance trying to get help because she's bleeding. She's bleeding to death. And I feel that, that's just one scene in the movie. That's the beginning of the movie of how it starts. And then it goes into another decade, other women and what they're going through in that decade during the women's rights movement.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that is the ground root of it all. And it is true. That stuff really was going on way back then. These women really had to go through skeezy fucking people to get these procedures done. And they weren't always sanitary. And a lot of women did end up dying because of it. And that's why the women's rights movement was so important, so that they didn't have to feel like they had to hide that, And even now, even with the expectations of women, I feel like we've come far even with that, because I don't think anybody really expects you to wait a year, but I think there are still some statutes of limitations that people still kind of expect. I don't think people expect you to move on the minute, obviously, that somebody's still buried, but...
I yes and no, because everybody grieves differently. Some people need that comfort of another person to get over the grief of the person that they're going to miss. So some people do end up trying to find someone right away to try and fill that hole.
Like a rebound kind of.
Not a rebound, but definitely, especially And I definitely feel like it's a mental thing. Like they are mentally, some couples that have been together for like 20 some plus years, they've been together for so long they can't imagine themselves with somebody else. But then you have those same couples that have been together that long that are so used to being with someone, they can't sleep alone, they can't eat alone. They're so used to having someone there that they end up trying to find somebody to fill that spot that their significant other left behind. Do you see what I'm saying? And I've seen it. I've seen both sides of that. And, you know, in my mind, I wasn't judging, but I was like, good God. Like, it's so soon. You guys have been together for so long. How can you try and be with somebody so soon? And then I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? Like, they're so used to showering with that person sitting on the toilet talking to them. They're used to eating together. They're used to talking on the phone while they're at work. You know what I mean? And when that just is suddenly taken from you, you're just like, what do I do? How do I get this to go? How do I get this feeling to go away? So I get it where they're like, you know what? Let me try and find somebody. Let me see if I can't find somebody to help me fill that void. You know what I mean? Not that I would do that, because I don't think I could honestly be with somebody anytime soon after, say, Jason passes away. I'm not one of those people. It would take me hell, after my last relationship, it took me 5.5 years to be with anybody. You know what I mean? And that's, physical touch, that's talking to anybody. I was just like not interested. I was like, you know what, you guys can all kiss my ass. I'm good with being by myself. You know what I mean? But I completely understand both sides of that. You know what I mean? So.
No, totally. I get that.
I mean, and I'm not judging anybody. Like I said, I was like, why so soon?
But,
and then I thought
what
about
I thought about too, even with that movie, like I think in the scene there, the sister does find out their sister or something, and she's like, how could you do this to
right,
my
like
mother?
she was
How could you do this to us? And it's like, what do you mean?
Has nothing to do with you.
But nowadays, I think nowadays it would be more like, well, we loved you like a daughter anyway, you know, and he's gone and you're still part of this family. And I think it would have just been that, because it wasn't like she had kids already with her husband that passed. You know, and the scene shows that she's in an empty house the whole time. Like, there's no kids, there's no husband. So, like, the standards, I feel, in some cases back then are so ridiculous, you know?
Well,
I mean,
I think we've gone
some
from...
of the conditions required more strict behavior just to survive.
As humans, women have gone from going from a beautiful vessel that they pretty much bowed to. Like, back in the ancient times, women, we were vessels of the universe.
We were gods.
We were goddesses. Like, we were treated as, we were higher than men. Like, if there's a picture that I seen on Facebook, and I actually did a little research on it, and it's of this statue that's in Egypt, and it's the woman beholding the man protecting him. And it's because women were held to a higher... What's the word I'm looking for? We were held in higher regards than men, because we brought life into the universe. Our bodies brought life into the universe. And so how did we go from being the vessel to bring life into the universe to being told exactly what we could do to and with our bodies? How did we lose our rights?
Well, we gave them up. This is the thing, though. Like, this is like with food and everything. We give them up by adhering to this code. We give our sovereignty
But it's
up.
even, if you look at it, if you think about it, hundreds of years ago.
But this is the reason why it's up for that, is because we put it on this voting block. And the voting block only exists for the resources. The government only cares about the money and the resources.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I'm going back, like, even Victorian eras or King Henry days. Women were considered beneath. How did we go from being the masters of the universe to being beneath men? When did that happen in human history? Do you feel me?
Well, that's just when
How did that
when
happen?
who learned who lied first,
was
and then
when-
the other person
it was
started
when white
going back and
men
forth now.
took over. It started running this country,
It's whoever
even
learned how
though
to
Because
lie
even
first.
Native
Let's
Americans,
go be real.
How
even
old
Native
is
Americans
America?
held their women higher.
America's not even that old, technically. But I was watching something recently, and they actually discovered that the oldest human remains that were found on American soil go back 200,000 years ago. So, like, people have been here forever.
Oh, yeah,
It started
absolutely.
when the white man decided to run the old white man decided to run shit, because we all know how fucking senile those guys are, and they shouldn't be in office at all. At all.
I absolutely
Why
agree.
not have somebody, that is like maybe military? That I can see. Military trained, knows how the world
You
works.
have to think about
Young.
the fact that the person who is in charge is a person slipping into senility.
But as well too, like
I mean,
back in the
no, but I'm
day,
saying every time there's a
Yeah.
leader. So that's the plan, is the one person who's had all the resources their whole lives. They literally probably are somebody who always had a large gang or something, like sorority, fraternity, whatever the hell they are. They usually have that before they become a president. But then they turn around, and then they're a person who literally, with all the resources their entire life, get to choose who lives or dies
that's
all the time.
and what's funny to me is that we'll build bunkers to, ensure the survival of this old, like older than dirt person who can give up at any moment.
Right? But you won't give
Just
it
based off of
to
age alone.
It's
us
a
young
game.
people.
It's a game.
Oh, I know it is. And we're never going to win because we're not rich.
And
We're the pawns. We're the ones that play the
we're
game,
not
but we
old.
don't get to reap
We're
any of the
not-
benefits.
We're never going to be old white men either.
No, no.
No, but it does
Anybody
take,
in this room, okay, come
no,
on.
it really does take people to start understanding on a ground level that we need to create our own system.
We do. We need to stop relying on our government and start working for ourselves, and then we can start
Well,
winning.
even then, too, the people need to understand that we are bigger than our government. The only reason they're in office is because
We put
we
them
fucking
there.
put them there. Okay, now
We vote them in.
we should decide at that point. It's our money.
Well,
not
at least
their
they
money.
they say we
It's
do.
our money that funds the army and all that jazz. Our money, not the president's money. This is our money. We're in charge, and until people realize that we're in charge, that we are bigger than our government, we're the reason that our government is funded, then I think that's when we'll start seeing some real change. I think that's why that other movie too is really good to watch. V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
That's there's a lot of fucking truth to that shit. And I think that's why
Well-
that movie was created.
Well, that movie is the one that kind of caught me on the whole, and it's like the whole Matrix goes hand in hand with it.
Mhm.
Is that the revolution is like
It's coming.
No, it's a built-in system. Because a revolution is a full circle, so that means you're just starting back where you started in the first place.
Right.
So let me tell you. So you have
It's a
three.
joke that the
you
system
have-
goes into it. Like,
The system is a
Reset.
joke in itself. Okay, you have three families that own the world. Okay, they fund everything. Anything that happens in America, whether it be the presidency, whether it be laws that be passed, whether it be anything that leaves or comes into America as far as jobs go, people think that they have a voice. They really don't. You have three families that fund everything. And if they don't think that it's going to make them any money, guess what? It's not going to happen. It doesn't matter what you vote. So the fact that we have a president, the president really, if you think about it, has no power. Anything that we want done is supposed to go through Senate. So if the president wants it done, it still has to go through Senate. He can still vote it in, but it still has to be approved through the Senate. So people that blame the president, why are you blaming that man? He still has no power. Senate has power. But the president has no power. And if you think about it, neither does the Senate. It's what those families want. When they say jump, the Senate says how high. That's where you get everything in life. If you're poor, you're going to stay that way. Unless you've figured some crazy way out to fucking make millions, you're going to stay that way. And it's because that's what they want. We're all pawns. We make them the money. None of our money is ours. It's theirs. They give us what they allow us to have.
Well, even then, you think it's all, like, even the house, if you were to buy a house, you don't really own that shit.
No, the bank owns it.
You're still paying the bank.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, everything we do is through the government, and everything that's through the government has to go through these 3 families.
Every year, even when you pay that you're paying homeowners taxes. Mm-hmm. You're paying all that shit. You don't own that shit. If you're paying the government, who owns that shit?
The government.
So is it really worth buying a house?
That's why I tell the kids, I'm like, I'm just going to buy a trailer and call it a day. What I really want to do is buy a piece of land, buy an RV, and go live in my fucking RV. That's what I want to do. I mean, I want to do like a big ass RV, like one of those that are like the size of a fucking trailer. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. Because I'll tell you what, do you know how much money you can save?
Yeah, you saved a lot of money.
Yes.
Right.
Within 5 years, I can build what I want on that land. Mm-hmm. I may have to start paying actual property taxes and housing taxes and all that bullshit. But you know what? I'll have the money to do that and I won't have to worry about it. That's how I look at it. That's how you beat the system. At least that's how I think you beat the system.
There ain't no beating the system.
No, but you get a little edge in.
House always wins.
Absolutely.
You know what? We're going to go ahead and get ready to cut to break again and put on some music. But when we get back, I'd really like to do an interview for you, Nate. Okay. Get you talking about your music and stuff. But first, let's take a short break for our sponsors and, come check out Hellraiser's Tattoos and Bonnie and Clyde's and get a haircut while you get a tattoo, and while you're at it, sign up to the adultsocialmedia.com. And if you're feeling a little frisky, why don't you go over to our other sponsors, to BDSM and kink.com, and get some stuff.
Some fun stuff.
Yeah. And in the meanwhile, shout out to Analog Beats as well for sponsoring me and always showing love for events and tours and music and all that other good stuff. We love you.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. We'll be right back here soon. We're going to interview Nate. And we all hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend.
Are you getting bored with other social media platforms? Want to post without the family
I
or
just went
kids
to
scene?
freaking
Or
Chicago.
maybe you just want
My
freedom of
cousin
speech
had just
without
called me. He lives out there. He had me set up his
What are you doing? I gotta go walk the dogs, and then I told Kyler we'd go see him.
This is fun. I'm having fun.
He's
with
got
it.
kind of caught.
I'm used to being like the one getting interviewed, not the one interviewing.
That's why I'm like, this is fun.
It's a really nice sex shop.
I'll get the
I
hang
know
of
it is.
I don't think anybody expects
It's like
perfection
walking
out of
into
it.
a very
Like a
secret
cool
but
ass
for
spot. Like,
sex.
this is
But for,
really cool stuff
yes,
to start
much
with.
more naughty.
I love it.
And the reason I say that is because they have attendants that are like, if you need anything, ask. They'll even like walk you through the store and tell you everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like he stands there, and I have my ID. So you might want to get a hoodie there because they have hoodies there. They have like little hats that says Hustler on. Aaliyah, have you been to Hustlers?
So what?
The Hustler store?
Oh,
The sex shop? By the mall?
My eyes are fucking.
It's like a Victoria's
Like
Secret,
dry
but
as
a
shit.
sex shop. It's classy as shit. I've never felt more comfortable in a sex shop before.
Oh yeah.
Like, because you don't feel like it's owned by a creepy guy.
It skipped over my other 2 commercials. It's okay, we'll let the song finish and then I'll go back to the commercials.
Can somebody go ask them to like go in another fucking room? Like I get it, they're kids, but like we're live. Why are there children here?
That's the waiting room.
For what?
Kids. But they're supposed to be quiet.
Look at how long that was.
Ah, yes.
Wow. Are you sure he's not like bred with an eel? Huge. To me, Uber Eats deliveries.
2 bands with it. It has the gold one with it. I was like, that's hilarious.
Dude, I get a lot of costume jewelry from them sites. I love it. Like these earrings. I think they're Sheen.
The shit was $4.
Oh yeah.
I can't wear fake jewelry. It hurts my ears.
Yeah, no,
See, I learned that on my face I can't. My ears are fine. My
I
face is
can't.
not
My
fine.
ears get all infected.
Turn green.
Yep. I can't. Everything turns green if I wear fake jewelry. Anything I love silver. Gold is to me. It looks trashy. So I like silver or white gold. Like this is white gold with blue diamonds.
Okay.
I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
That's tight, though. Yeah.
my mom got me that and this. And then this is my wedding set. They're real diamonds, but they're set in silver.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like $100. You know, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot. Why? It's just as pretty, you know. But yeah, I don't like gold. Not yellow gold. It looks trashy to me. I used to when I was younger, and as I got older, I was like, just looks trashy. But to each their own, you know.
I think it depends on what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I tried a couple yellow gold wedding sets on, and I was just like, I do not like that. Yeah, I'm not. I like the silver ones. They were pretty. My initial set was, it was beautiful. It was like a $700 set. It was from the pawn shop. It was $700.
I
So
feel like gold with like pinky rings and stuff like that. That's
yeah, but it was
depends on,
white gold, and it was
gotta
a
have, like,
huge
You have
diamond.
to have them custom jewelers who make like cool shit. You can't
My
have,
mom,
like,
she goes to Revolution Jewelry Works up off of Powers, and they customize your jewelry.
Yeah.
This was made there. They make all of their jewelry right there, so it's all custom work.
uh-huh.
And I love that, because you won't find 2 that are alike,
Yeah.
you know. I have a couple of single stones that my mom had gotten me from there. I think I got an opal and something else. And I want to get them set in something. But that's kind of expensive. It's kind of expensive to get them set.
What?
Oh, you're all stoned. I love it. I know, but you're stoned. I can see it.
Got bumpers, roll the bumper. You do that one right there. You're still the person, but you can still do it.
I left it open for some of the girls to not, you know, if they wanted to be in a commercial. None of them wanted to come.
I was
I know
working.
you had to work, but everybody else, like, surprised.
Because I totally would have done the SEXtiva talk one. Or not the never mind, I'm high. I can't even think right now.
I need another soda. And I'm like, should I get some of these?
I should have stopped and got like drinks. But that's
Maybe
alright,
we
we're
should
gonna
have stopped and got coffee.
I'm gonna go get food after this. You work today?
I am not at work today, but if you want later on, I'm supposed to go to Trenton's work over at the DoubleTree, and the boys all want to go swimming and play in the hot tub.
Oh no, I got a party tonight.
Oh.
And it's an adult party, not a kid party.
Oh.
I mean, you're welcome to come with me.
Is it that kind of party?
Not a dirty party, bitch. No. No, but it's like, there's no kids. There's going to be drinking and smoking. There's no kids.
I'll actually get dressed then.
Yeah, do your makeup. Look nice.
Yeah.
Look nice. If you want, you can wear one of my dresses. You can wear the red one that
Sleep on the mat
like...
We don't have razors.
Household.
And my legs are,
Don't say anything, we're on live.
Yeah, you are.
I figured I'd catch you before you said anything
my
that you
legs
couldn't
are just
take back. Okay. Just want to make sure you weren't going to say something you couldn't take back.
no, my legs are I'm a Wookiee right
They're
now.
right there.
Dude, I was so tired when I woke up. I didn't even rinse the conditioner out of my hair when I took a shower. I forgot my last step. It's okay. We had time.
Girl, let me
Hair's
tell
gonna be
you.
super soft. Now it's leaving conditioner.
I was so tired last week. Oh my fucking god. This week was a little rough, you know. 16 hours of overtime. It's nice, but that was a lot of work. I did like 10 hours on Monday, 14 and a half on Tuesday, 14 on Wednesday, and then 8 on Thursday and 10 on Friday. I work for Cintas. You know the big white trucks with this, yeah. But I do cleaning. I don't deliver. I do cleaning. Like I go up to Mount. So, yeah. Oh,
Your mom,
what?
my Frenchman.
But yeah, I love my job, but I have to get up at 1 in the morning to be up 2 hours away. You know what I mean? And then I clean up there, come back down here, or sometimes I go to Pueblo. Like Fridays, I go to Pueblo, and the rest of, but I go up there 3 times a week. So yeah, it's long hours.
Vacation.
Huh?
Just going on vacation.
It is. It really is. But let me tell you, it's so beautiful up there. Like the ride back exhilarates me. I love it. I love it. It really does. And in the morning, when I first get there, the pools are lit up, and you see the steam coming up off of them. Oh man, so beautiful. I'm just like, God, I could live here. I could fucking live here, like all day. You put me in the mountains all day.
That's what the manifestation is. Visualize it, and then you can.
But I don't want to work there. You know what I mean? I want to live up there, but I want to do what I do. Yeah, absolutely. Like, that's what I see people all the time. I want to retire to Florida. No, bitch, put me in the mountains. Yes, with my own land.
I got to learn about Morrison. I did Amazon.
Oh, it's so pretty up there.
I was like, this is crazy. It's a whole town filled with mansions.
Yeah.
I was like, this
It's
is mansions
beautiful
everywhere.
up there. But you got to have money to live there. Same with Aspen. You got to have money to live there. Or you have to be able to work there because they, like, she'll tell you, Breckenridge and Keystone, a lot of the places have employee housing.
Mhm.
So you don't pay rent,
Yeah.
which is super fucking cool.
This is the crazy part. In doing all that, I learned that all the people who live up there are the people who are the employees.
Yeah.
All the people who have nice houses,
They don't live there. You got a lot of stars
Mm-hmm.
that have homes up in Aspen and shit like that, and they come here during the winter just to ski.
Yeah. I really sat there. I'm like, these houses is abandoned. I'm driving past them every day. I'm delivering packages to them every
They're not
day.
abandoned, they just ain't here.
Yeah, they just ain't.
They don't care. They got caretakers that take care of the land and the house, and that's it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Let me be a live-in fucking caretaker, bitch. My house be your house. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Like, I've often thought about moving up to Keystone. That way we could just... Because you could bank so much money living up there as long as you get the employee housing. Because your man does employee housing, or your ex, right? Daniel.
Well, technically he's my estranged husband.
But either way, he lives in
Oh yeah.
employee housing. He doesn't pay rent, right?
Oh no, he
She knows the
lived in
definitions for
employee
application.
housing.
But when he didn't pay rent, correct?
He did pay rent.
He did. But it was like discounted, right?
Yeah, and depending where you're at, because you could choose where,
Right.
like, there's small, the basic rooms, and then there's big ones that have.
His
their own
apartment was
kitchen.
cute.
And then, yeah,
So he moved out of there?
Yeah.
Oh, that was cute.
He's next door. Oh no, the one that you went to, he's still there.
Oh, okay, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, that's not employee housing though.
Oh.
It's he gets government assistance. It's a millionaire town, so they have to, so that
Being compliant.
they have to, yeah.
Oh,
So
shit.
Daniel, you don't want to be in employee housing. He wants his own place, so they have to give government subsidized housing.
So,
Why do we not live up there?
They
That's
base
the
it off of
Section 8
his
house.
income.
I would love to live up
it's
But
there.
a
it's a
really nice
bad,
Section 8
it
house.
looks like a badass.
I'd be okay with that.
I've been in some nice Section 8 houses.
I've had some nice. I lived at
But
Montebello
they have
Gardens
to,
and they
they're-
accept Section 8.
You're
They were
either
nice.
rich there, or you're in employee housing or subsidized.
But they're
or
all
government.
pretty nice up there.
Oh, dude, it was like a million. Like where we lived, right across the street, there were $1 million condos with the same exact view as us. And
Yeah,
we had a badass little place there. Huh?
they were cute.
My whole front room, I turned into the studio,
Yep.
and I just slept in there. Yeah, it was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was comfy, huh? And then you go outside, there was this like little fucking path that went all the way through like it went through the back, like through the forest. There was like a creek there with a bridge that went over it, and super pretty right behind
Yeah.
the place. And if you went across the street from us, there was a bike trail. And it went around a couple lakes and the mountains and took you right up to the resort. So it was like, whoa. He pays, I think, the same amount I paid in rent. So it's not like, yeah, he definitely doesn't get the cheaper, but for where he's at, $1,200 would be considered cheap, because
Yeah.
if you're in a millionaire town, $1,200 a month for a one-bedroom apartment is considered cheap to them. I have a 2-bedroom apartment for $1,200. And that's the price that he pays to have his own space, which is nice.
I think my homie went to that Coyote Ranch with his high school girlfriend. They moved in to the 1-bedroom. Really had 3 other rooms. They just open. But I think it was like $2,400 with the garage.
I pay a lot. We're not even going to talk about what I pay for rent. It's disgusting.
And I was like,
And I live in the ghetto.
I mean,
Oh yeah, me
his
too.
was
You should move upstairs, but no, oh no, you can't.
What?
like, if you
I
ain't
got
never
an
seen-
email today. Apparently, I've been breaking the rules this whole time.
Doing what?
Smoke weed in my apartment. Apparently, that's not allowed. It's supposed to be a non-smoking apartment.
Oh.
Yeah, they're like, I got an email this morning.
What did it say?
It said that
You know what you're doing in there.
the property manager was upstairs in apartment D because it was vacant. They're getting ready to rent it out. And they could smell my weed through their vents. And how they have a single mom and her kid moving upstairs. And they'd appreciate it if I'd smoke outside because it's a non-smoking building.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm hitting the joint.
She had a mystical still smoking.
So like, when I go home, I tell my kid, I guess we have to smoke outside, and mom's gonna lick in the buying trailer. Cause fuck that noise. I ain't gonna be doing that forever.
Well, I mean,
But I will buy a trailer. I need to see how much and just get there, I guess.
You gotta have 10% down.
But I think they got like the little vacuum things or whatever. It's like a little humidifier or whatever.
That purifies your air. Suck it right in.
Yeah, it's like a smoke purifier.
So I just need to buy a smoke purifier. Okay, gotcha. Load up that fucker. Could smoke it so many times.
So where you getting all your music from?
A lot of it is from Analog Beats, and because my brother Zigzag owns that label.
Okay.
He's got a lot of people under his. And then I got 80 Generations, which is Shawana, and the Wu-Tang. And then, yeah, a couple artists sent me some stuff. If I know, you need to send me.
I thought Kyler sent you some stuff.
My other singles that I just previously dropped.
Oh, yeah.
Did Kyler not send you anything?
Not yet. He said he was going to get some stuff together because he's solo now.
Yep.
And he got excited.
How long do we have?